can't see you because I'm facing the other direction, but it sounds like you're doing great. Thank
All right, it is June 12th at 3:10 p.m. And I call to order the Palm Springs City of Palm Springs Human Rights Commission meeting. Call to order. Christy, will you lead us in the flag salute?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Joska, would you read the mission statement?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
No, I can't hear you.
Joska.
No, you, Wes. Oh,
The mission of the Palm Springs Human Rights Commission is to promote and protect the diversity of the community and to improve human relations through education and community awareness.
Thank you. And the roll call, please.
Chair Rankins,
Present.
Commissioner Chandrasena,
Present.
Vice Chair Chappelle,
Here.
Commissioner Serralo,
here.
Commissioner DeHarte,
Present.
Commissioner Holsteg,
Present.
Commissioner Hunt, Commissioner Sutton Wise, not present. Student representatives, thank you.
Posting of the agenda.
In accordance with the Brown Act, the agenda was posted Thursday, June 8th, before 4 p.m.
All right, I'm going to deviate from the agenda just real quick. This is where we have public comments, but if it was okay, can I do a moment of silence today for the Pulse nightclub? Did you hear that, Ron?
I didn't hear
Okay,
you.
we're going to take a little moment of silence for the Pulse nightclub anniversary. Okay. So this is the time. Can you hear this, Ron? I just hear a bad echo. This sounds really bad. So this is the time where we have set aside for public comments. This is where any person who wishes to speak on a topic within the city's jurisdiction during this portion of the agenda must file a speaker's card with the staff liaison before that portion of the agenda is called. You have 3 minutes per speaker, and although the commission values your comments pursuant to the Brown Act, it is generally cannot take any action on items not listed on a posted agenda. Commissioners will not enter in discussion with speakers, but during commissioner comments may refer the matter to staff for report and recommendation at a future commission meeting.
There are no public comments.
Thank you. And may I have a motion for approval of the minutes?
So moved.
A second?
I
Second.
All right. Motion moved and approved. All right. So let's go to the business part of our meeting today. Items 8A. We're going to go over the Harvey Milk Diversity Breakfast update. I don't know what that details. Ron DeHarte.
We had a wonderful showing of the commission at the breakfast, and the commission's support as one of the sponsors was certainly, I think, a nice addition to the program, and it would be great to continue to foster a positive relationship between the commission and the mission of that milk event itself. And got a lot of really positive feedback from the student representative, Jarve, speaking or taking a part of the program with Barbara Carpenter. So appreciate her participation. And even though Janelle's not here, I'll give her kudos for helping to really get more participation coming out of the Palm Springs High School, which is continuing to be a challenge with, our own neighborhood high school, and we get very few students participating. And at the end of the day, she was able to rally 15 students, and they came in and participated. So we appreciate her support there and making it all happen. And we're still trying to find a photograph that I understand was taken of the group. If anybody can identify or remember what the photographer looked like, that will help me. And I can go directly to the photographer and ask him.
I know he was sitting with Shelley Kaplan from Cathedral City. I think he was at that Cathedral City table.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I know it's their art commissioner.
yes, that's who it is.
Okay, very
If you
good.
know him, you could reach out.
Very good.
Oh, Al?
And I have a
Mystery
picture,
solved.
too, on my phone that I took.
Which I've sent on.
Okay.
We sent in our photo, but the light was a
I
little...
don't remember. I just know if you can't miss us. We all had on those shirts, so.
Well, that's what I've told the photographers. They said they're all in pink.
Yeah, we're all in pink. You couldn't miss that. That was really nice.
The
And-
photographs that the commissioners had forwarded to us, the lighting of the stage, it set one of the commissioners in darkness.
I wonder who that was.
So I thought that the professional photographer may have had a better camera and lighting, but the pictures we have, I think we could be able to lighten to help. So thank you.
It was an outstanding event again. I really enjoyed myself, and hopefully the commission, next year does go forward with more. I mean, again, it's I won't put names out there, but I just know the guests that, and thank you for the tickets that I invited. It was really eye-opening and positive
No,
feedback.
good,
Yeah.
good. I hadn't heard from many of those folks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
it
good
was.
to hear.
It was, yeah. Okay, next one is item 8B, which is budget expenses and membership affiliation and promotional items update.
Last month, I presented to you the two professional associations that the commission has not been a member in the past, but learned of their pricing for membership. And because of our economical budget allocation that we receive, we were at a lower membership level of $50 for both the California Association of Human Relations Organizations as well as the U.S. Human Rights Network. And both of the organizations would avail us to technical assistance and training and opportunities to network with them in some of their professional association meetings, as well as give us a broader exposure on their website and have others throughout the nation know that we're endorsing and full supportive of their efforts. So both of those are $50, so it'd be $100 for your membership. Also, at the request of the chair and vice chair, in the past, the commission has had business cards, and I think we can have an order that would be substantial, that you could receive numerous cards for your distribution to individuals. I have a dollar amount that we appear that we will exhaust our entire budget for this year, and I think that was the intent, that we would not leave any unused resources on the table. So I'll assure you that we will expend the $370.59 allocation. But I do need a motion for the memberships.
Are there any questions, or do I need to make a motion first? Or any questions? I think it'll be great. I mean, it's, again, branding and it's something. So may I have a motion to allocate the rest of our budget funds for this year, calendar year, for
Supplies.
funds or supplies?
Membership and
Membership
supplies?
and supplies to the various organizations referred to by staff.
I so move.
And do I get a second?
Second.
Motion moved and approved by the commission.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I am freezing, so I'm shuddering over here. So item 8C, Lawrence Crosley Road designation update. I think that was, you were going to see if we can actually get involved with a petition.
Yes. At the request of the commission, last month's meeting, there was brought forward the possibility of joining with the group that had submitted a petition for street designation, and to possibly sign on to a letter of support or something of that nature. What I was able to learn, it has gone through the Planning Commission as well as presented to the City Council. The City Council did consider the recommendation of the Planning Commission at their February 17th, 2016 meeting. Did not take formal action at that
So
time,
now it goes-
but did establish council subcommittee to look about the name designation as well as to consider other possible types of recognition for Mr. Crosley. At this time, it's still in process, so it's not dead on arrival and not failing any further action. But the thought could possibly be if the commission wishes to make another letter in support of that, as well as possibly bringing forward some ideas of other types of recognition, that may be something that could initiate movement on the topic. So if you want to have some discussion about that or give direction to staff of how to proceed, we can go that route.
Any comments or questions?
I think that at some point last year, a letter was written by the committee, and this is a topic that continues to be on our agenda, and I would think that it would be appropriate to write a letter again.
I agree.
Okay, I was trying to stay neutral since I'm leaving, but thank you. I really believe it's something you guys should really tackle again, because it is something, again, maybe just needs little ripples. So,
It would need to have a formal motion and action. Can I ask possibly that if a couple commissioners would want to assist staff with that, and then look at possible ideas for other types of recognition?
so form a subcommittee.
Please.
Okay. So, do you make a motion for that?
Yes.
Okay. So, I would like to make a motion for a subcommittee to be formed to assist staff with a formal letter for the Lawrence Crosley Road or other ideas.
So I'll second that motion. My question is, what would the outcome of the subcommittee be? What are we looking for the subcommittee to do? Before the next meeting or at the next meeting?
Well, certainly I would want us to begin as soon as possible. The scheduling, the calendar, all the boards and commission as well as council is dark during August.
No.
So frankly, it probably is not likely that anything will be initiated before August. So I think we have some flexibility to move something forward. I know the commission has already gone on record in support of the designation, but it seemed, and I reviewed some of the public hearing comments, and it was a very spirited discussion. And I think there may be items that could be considered as alternates, but I wouldn't want to, be too strong-arming in terms of what your approach may be. So there are other possibilities that we may consider, and it may be a part of a way to move things forward, or at least to have the council subcommittee convene to consider those suggestions.
So would the subcommittee report back to us at the next meeting for action, or do we need to authorize them to take action on behalf of the commission before then?
It is your preference. I mean, a draft letter could be brought back to the commission.
Yeah, I would think, for me, the subcommittee would report back to the commission on what they find or what they come up with, and then the commission pose their questions, and if all agree, then push it forward.
And I'm wondering if a copy of the previous letter, which I think I probably have, can be provided to that subcommittee. We can address it that way, and that way it stays positive,
Right.
because we've addressed it in the past.
Good suggestion.
There is a letter, yeah.
Wes?
Yes, sir.
So I think I don't have enough information or to create a sense of direction. I think it would, to me, it seems like it would make more sense to touch base with the city's subcommittee and find out where are they at. Let's learn from the city council. We're here to serve the city council. So instead of us taking action, then going to city council, I would rather ask city council how we can support this subcommittee that the city council formed in February. Then the Human Rights Commission can do whatever the work it is, if it is a letter that they ask us for, or whatever it might be. It may be something other than a letter. That we then put our effort behind that to support the city council subcommittee. And then I think our actions can carry more weight and be more supportive for the mission of what we're here for, I think.
I agree with you. Who's on the subcommittee for the city council?
I don't know. Dale just had mentioned that it was formed
Roberts.
in February.
It's Councilmember Foat and Roberts. There is no time frame within the municipal code or within the application itself as to when this would have to be acted upon. There have been probably items that have received higher priority than addressing this concern. The council did give direction for staff, the planning staff, to organize a neighborhood meeting, which had been done. There is a stronger opposition from the adjacent neighborhood group, and then even internally with some of our emergency services staff, as far as the name recognition and changing of it. And it's somewhat convoluted because it would impact the renaming of Golf Club Road, and then Crosley Road up to Dinah Shore and up to Ramon Avenue. So I think the subcommittee could look at some alternatives, and there may be a more palatable action that could be moved forward on a different level. So,
Okay, I hear that, and I'm just, unfortunately, the word palatable, to me, I do not understand, and I really don't. So I will be still advocating for, even as an ex-commissioner, for Lawrence Crosley to receive a full street name and at least get his full name on street. I do not understand what the issue is, or we do understand what the issue is. It is, this man does not even have the dignity of having his full name, and we have celebrities who the only thing they gave is that they lived here, but this man helped build this valley. And it's a small group of individuals who it will inconvenience. No one asked anything like that when the name was changed to Rosa Parks over on the north side. It was not an issue, it was nothing. The same things that happened to those residents over there would happen to these residents. I don't understand the problem. I do not understand the issue, but I do understand the issue. And to literally go and try to change something simple as just putting his name, his full name on the street, or giving him a full street in an area that he helped develop, has become to where it's another issue of tamarisk trees and comments that I feel that I can't believe the audience is not full in here that were said that shows you really this, with this city, we need to really address some issues in the city.
Let me clarify. There are different issues, but similarities in the undertone.
And on the undertone.
All right.
So-
But what the commission has asked to be able to give stronger support in their hope that this would continue to move through the process. And I don't want it, I maybe used the wrong word, palatable, but at the same time, the examples that you had given in terms of Rosa Parks Road, the neighborhood association was in full support of that. There was not as an opposition or a safety issue that was brought forward. If this had the support from both neighborhoods, we're actually speaking of two neighborhoods in this location, it would probably have moved forward. But I don't want to infer that it's something other than the designation.
So if I may, because I think our commission is in support of assisting city council and getting this moved through and making this happen for the reasons that you stated. Dale, what would be the proper way or the best way for our commission to reach out, as Ron said, and ask for direction from either the subcommittee, from the city council, or one of the council members individually, so that we can come back and assist them in solutions?
Well, that was the alternative that I was moving forward, in that the city manager has the ability for the committee, the subcommittee to be called together. So that would be the first step. So I think, though, not just calling them together, but have some
Ideas and
Exactly.
suggestions
Exactly.
of how to move it forward.
right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't see what a safety issue is by giving someone his full name. I don't buy any of that. I can't, and if we as commissioners really, I mean, we're yes, representatives of the city, but we are also representing the residents, all residents of this city. And he was a resident, and I just can't understand why giving him his full name. That is, I don't see how that poses a safety issue or any, so I just, yeah, I want to.
So Wes, I think we all hear you, and we've heard, I think if we were the body that could designate it, it would have been done a long time ago. But we're not the body that can designate it.
I hear
So
what
it's
you're
not-
saying,
it's
Ron,
not
but
within-
I'm
It's
saying,
not in
but-
our power to do
But
that.
sometimes you have to be then the one to stand up and get it going back again.
And that's what I'm
And
saying. I
asking,
want to
yeah.
do that, but I want to do that in a way that we can work the system to make it happen. So let's find out where the system is, and we can pick up the ball and keep it rolling. But first, I don't want to do it going forward not knowing where everything sits. I want to know where everything sits. Then we can make a smart decision and say, how can we assist and keep this process moving forward in a way that is within our boundaries as the Human Rights Commission.
And I think that that's something that the subcommittee can actually do both. I mean, clearly, the commission's already on record that we support this, but yet, so what we want to do is we want to move it forward in whatever way the subcommittee feels that, the city subcommittee feels that would be appropriate. And so we can we can follow up on our previous support, our subcommittee can, and as part of that process, we can touch base with the city subcommittee and find out where they're at and what they're thinking, and incorporate that into our thoughts on what we might want to, how we might want to move forward our original support of the name change. So I think that if we give the subcommittee that sort of direction, that they'll have, it'll be clear to them what we'd like to do as a commission. They can report back to us in July, and then we can take action on their report. Does that seem like a plan for?
That's up for the commission.
So do we need a motion to form the subcommittee?
We have it on the floor, I think.
Oh, it's on the floor?
Yeah.
With a motion, do you want to identify the representatives or the volunteers? that-
Yeah, I thought we were going to motion to form one and then ask
Okay.
for the volunteers.
Yeah, all volunteer to serve on the committee.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think what the chair's asking is that we take care of the business, pass the motion, and see how we proceed from there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
pass the motion to form a subcommittee.
I second that motion.
Oh, this,
Sam?
I thought there was a motion already on
Yeah. Mhm.
There is.
Wes and Sam.
Wes and Sam?
Right.
Okay.
So now, who would like to be a part of the subcommittee?
So wait, it was
Oh,
passed.
okay.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? Thank you.
Okay. So I'd like to be on the subcommittee.
And I would have,
sounds good to me.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the next one is item 8D, and it's going to be the ad hoc committees, and it's going to be on human trafficking with Commissioner Sutton Weiss, who's not here today. So I guess anyone? Great presentation last month. Next item is item 8E, subcommittee reports, community outreach, Commissioner Sandra Sina.
Not rich, this one.
And Commissioner Holstick with the Homeless Task Force.
Yes, we had, hopefully Dale might help me out here, but we had a homelessness task force meeting June 8th. It's been interesting. The attendance has been going down, in my opinion, but we went forward with the meeting. We talked about Roy's transition and the updates surrounding placing the remaining people who are at Roy's into other programs. And so I believe they said there are only one or two or a few individuals that have not yet been placed, and that's mostly because they are having a difficult time adjusting to the fact that Roy's is closing. We also got an update from the housing crisis team and how many people they've referred to services. So it sounds like the crisis team, which is within the police department, with crisis workers who are giving referrals to people on the streets, has been successful in providing referrals to substance abuse, resources, housing, both emergency and permanent, mental health services, as well as those. So I don't have those numbers on me, but I could provide the report that they provided to our task force. Palm Springs PD also gave an update about how many arrests and camps had been cleared during the month of May. 13 people had been arrested. A few of them were for resisting arrest. It was interesting. I wanted to know the reason for the initial arrest that led to the arrest on a resisting arrest, but I didn't get that. A few on drug or alcohol or paraphernalia-related crimes. And so that was just kind of the handful of crimes. I believe they said 45 camps had been cleared in the month. And then we also got an update about what they're calling the CORP, or Community Outreach Resource Program, and the city is working on establishing a homelessness court that already exists, a program that already exists in Indio, and allowing people to clear their infractions and their misdemeanor warrants for homelessness crimes. And so we're forming a subcommittee to get that program here in Palm Springs. We'd have to have our own program, so that's a little unfortunate. I was wishing we could have Indio's program just open here as well, but it sounds like it would have to be through the city. But it seemed like there was a good amount of support for that, and that would solve a lot of our problems here with having people get infractions and misdemeanors and then warrants for their arrests for homelessness-related crimes, and then not being able to go to Indio to court. So Councilmember Jeff Kors is working on that, and we're hopeful that that will be established. They reported on the point-in-time count, survey report. I think you've heard those numbers. And they reported on there are 5 cooling centers that exist in Palm Springs, and they're working on a location for a 6th cooling center that would be focused primarily on homeless individuals. They did a report on other types of property that they're looking at for emergency housing or supportive services. So there's a lot in the works right now. Hopefully we'll have more concrete updates about actions that are taken. Our next task force meeting is not until August 10th, 2017, and it sounds like that date might be rescheduled, so it'll be mid to late August. That's all.
Thank you. Questions?
Another item that, very good recap, thank you. The police department has now storage facilities,
Yes.
storage lockers, which is a big deal, that they now have those facilities to be able to secure the personal possessions of folks that may, get arrested or get moved. So that was a nice step forward with the police department.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very, 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 very detailed. Thank you.
Too detailed, I'm
Well,
sorry.
we haven't had one for like 3 months. So
Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
No, I appreciate it because there's a
Yeah.
lot of successes.
No, I wasn't-
There's-
I wasn't
There's
being
a lot of really positive movement, and there's a lot of people in town working on this effort.
Yes.
And we haven't seen the impact that all that work has had.
Yes.
But these statistics that just came out and were reported really show that all this hard work that people are putting on to focusing on an issue is making a difference. And when you hear how many people got housing, how many people got in touch with the financial resources that they need, or the services that they're entitled to, is just, it's great to hear that. And so everybody's efforts are paying off, and I applaud
Yes.
everybody on the commission, the task force that's working on it, because there really is some great numbers, and we hopefully can just, let's see that continue.
Exactly, and I think that's one of the issues we had been talking about, is the city is doing great work on these issues, and there are things to show from that work and objectives that we've met and results, but it's almost a marketing issue of getting the word out. And so that's why the Jeff and Jenny have gone around and provided those results. I know they put a Valley Voice with the data in there in the Desert Sun, if you haven't seen that. So I feel like it's our part of our job as a commission to help get that word out, that there are measurable results that have resulted from the task force. So I think it's an important mission for us as well.
Yeah.
So thank you.
To add to that, I think one of the vital parts of it, as Ron has referenced, is that people are coming together. We're beginning to collaborate and play well together. A part of the meeting, there was, if you have not heard, or the Desert Healthcare District Foundation has come forward with almost of a challenge grant, allocating $2 million to address some of the services needs of the homeless. And the city has pledged its effort to continue to provide resources to be able to complement each other and be able to have more focused services to those that are in need. As Christy said, the point-in-time count has been critical to us. The past couple years, we looked at those numbers more closely, and trying to dig deep into them to know what target are we seeing homelessness individuals experience. The major item was the mental health issue, and that's what brought council to enter into agreement with the county mental health to have feet on the street and have an engagement and a building of trust that they could seek alternatives. The homeless individuals could see a path out. So that has been beneficial. At the meeting too, I think the realization of our count showed that there's a number that have alcohol and substance abuse. And the challenge has been that we've not had referrals to those agencies, those service providers. So there's even a directive of staff to look at the possibilities of funds being set aside and holding beds so that the population can have immediate enrollment into those types of activities. Because oftentimes, it's not just the crisis of being homeless, but the realization there is an alternative, there's a direction that you can go, but oftentimes people won't take it unless it's right at that minute. So we're trying to, uncover all the resources that could be available. Thank you.
Oh, and I just wanted to note, we also had a discussion about the importance of that point in time count and kind of getting everyone out to participate in that when it happens again in next January. Is that right? And so I was just talking to a community member today who said he would have participated had he known about it. So hopefully our commission, we can remember as that goes forward for next year to really help publicize that and get the word out and recruit people to participate, because our funding and resources is directly tied to that point in time count. So the more it can accurately reflect the number of homeless people we have, the more opportunity there is for more funding and resources. Thank you, Dale, for your help.
So moving on to the Palm Springs, thank you guys again, really very detailed and accurate. Palm Springs Police Department LGBTQI Community Outreach Committee. We didn't have a meeting last month, so I would like to have a meeting before, so I guess Ron would update you guys next month.
You get one more meeting, June 20.
No, I will still be on, but not as a commissioner, I'm going to keep one job. Okay, and did you want to go over this, Christy?
Press and social media. We
I know.
took a great photo together, got it to Dale. Hopefully we'll find a better one and we'll get it on our website.
Okay, and did you and Commissioner Hunt have anything about?
We don't have an
Okay.
update on student representatives. We were thinking about doing that for the next calendar year together, so we
Okay,
can
on
get
the
that going
retreat.
for then.
Okay. And next we go to our topical newsworthy items. Anyone have anything? Student? Yes.
I believe there were interviews for commissioners. Did you participate?
Yeah, but that's my comments.
Oh, you're going to say it that
Yeah.
time? All right, I didn't want you to forget.
Yeah. All right, and since we have no students, I don't believe any student comments, so commissioner comments, please. Starting with Sam.
No comment.
Commissioner DeHart. Commissioner Chappelle, Vice Chair. Commissioner Chandrosina.
No comments.
Commissioner Hosig.
We had two fantastic events over the weekend that I just wanted to give a shout out to Ron for helping with. So we had the Pulse Vigil, and Congressman Ruiz was there, and City Council Member Kors gave fantastic speeches, so that was really great. And then yesterday we had the Palm Springs Pride and Unity Rally and March, and that was fantastically attended. I mean, there were hundreds of people, both in Francis Stevens Park and who walked down. So that was two really great events for our community and it was unity. So we had a number of, you all did a good job of having 10 different or more agencies and organizations represented and coming together and holding the flag together. It was really moving.
Excellent, thank you.
So, and now my comments, okay. So as Dale did point out, Friday, there were commissioner interviews, and they went fairly well. I'm going to say I tested, I was part of it, and I don't, well, yeah, I can't say if they were selected or not, can I?
No.
Okay, yeah, so I can't say that. But
How many?
there was a lot. There were 6.
Pull it out of me.
There are 6 candidates for 3 spots. So somebody had to duke it out. But every candidate that presented themselves very well. What I liked, I tested the candidates and I asked them about what was it that they liked about us for this time. And I was shocked that they knew what topics we had. Then they even went in, one even went into another topic, which was great. So we're doing something great. So that was good. And then I came back from Hawaii, and I'm in love with Hawaii. So I'm going back, and I came back burned. If you didn't think black people can get burned, they can. I am peeling. I don't understand that. And today is my last meeting here, and so I'm like, I didn't think it was going to affect me, but I am. I'm nervous. I'm cold, first of all, and I have to go to the bathroom really bad. So I'm trying to make this really, really quick. I want to thank everyone from the original crew when I came on, from Sid, who saw me speaking. So be careful if you're speaking at City Hall, because you'll be asked to be a part of a commission. And so from Sid to Les to Jerry to, who did we just, over at Mizell.
Dee.
Mizell. No, Jack, to Greg Rodriguez, to Dee Dee. Those, and so not to knock any one of you guys out, but that was the original crew. We were just like Sam, and like we're a baby. I was a baby, a little hot-headed one, and I have to give the commission its props because it let me be myself. And I just want to know, I might not have expressed it in the proper way or was able to converse, but I literally put my heart into this. Once you're on it, all personal prejudice or feelings that you have when you see someone else's plight or, I guess, I don't know, it really humbled me a lot. And I would never look at the world the same, and on both ends. And so I just want to say to you guys, yes, you do represent the city, but you also represent the citizens of the city. And what makes a city and the world great is diversity. But everyone should feel welcomed, and everyone should feel like they're part of it. I believe from the beginning of coming on to just having meetings to this commission here, from, of course, Commissioner Hosted, so Julska, Denise, Suzanne, who's not here, Deborah, Ron, Janelle, Sam. We did a lot in a year. We literally we didn't do this at all before. So we put our hands in the pot. They got messy. But I think you guys have a foundation to go forth. Start branding yourselves and keep pushing and keep fighting for everyone. And not just, not just personal group, but for everyone. That's what I'm saying. I really enjoyed the experience. Thank you guys for making it a really, it's hard. Oh, and also be careful who you choose as your chair. And whoever wants to be chair, be careful what you ask for. It's rough. It is to be able to put personal, you don't have a power here, right? So be careful with whoever wants this position, and you guys be careful who you put in this position. Because it really is, but you guys made it very, very easy. I've never been as nervous, but every meeting I was so nervous, but you guys made me feel really, really well, so thank you guys. And to my staff, from Lee out there in San Diego, oh my God, she held my hand so much. and then from Dale and Annie. Man, this year, and she's in Palm Desert. She's the city manager for Palm Desert now. So really, thank you guys. It's just been a learning experience, and I really thank you guys so much. Staff comments.
Well, I was going to ask you if you wish to return next month. This being my first year overseeing the commission, we didn't quite have the housekeeping items in order. And with the effort of your service this past several years, we want to give due recognition to yourself as well as to Deborah. So maybe you can schedule just an appearance. and we can give you our appreciation.
Oh, okay.
That'd be great.
All right.
Thank you.
Is it a cake?
If you want cake, you can have cake.
I want cake.
What a hint.
Second
I
the
don't
motion
care
for
about a
cake.
placard, they just a cake.
Thank you for everything you've done and your service to the
Thank you guys
city.
for putting
It's
up with
really
me.
incredible.
Yeah, thanks. All right.
We'll carry on your work.
All right.
There you go.
Good.
Believe me, he'll be back.
We won't be able to get rid of you.
Anything else? All right, so any agenda items for next HRC meeting besides my cake?
Cake.
Well, we've already added the Crosley Subcommittee. I think, too, at this time, it would be helpful to have a retreat planning subcommittee. We've already kind of made a grocery list of items that has come up in previous meetings that we'll see to put together. But I do think it would be beneficial from last year to bring everyone together.
And last year, it was Wes and I and Suzanne, so I would be happy to be one of those persons again, since
I'll volunteer to serve on that subcommittee.
Dale, I could volunteer.
Yeah.
Well, we may be able to do the Crosley and the retreat committee together.
Yeah.
That'd be an awful lot of work for one meeting.
Anything else?
we could have coffee, Sam.
Selection of chair.
So you have to have elections to next month.
Selection.
Selection, okay, yeah. Selection.
Nothing else?
Anything else? All right. So that concludes our Human Rights Commission meeting. And the next commissioner meeting will be Monday, July 10th. Wow, okay. 2017 at 3 p.m. in Palm Springs Convention Center, 277 North Caballeros and Primrose C right here. And meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.